Stop, don't click off this video just yet. You saw the thumbnail and the title and clicked on it for some reason. So whether you are here for some useful painting tips or tricks, or want to see what can be done with a 3D printer, or maybe you're just here to hear me waffle for 10 minutes, hang around till the end to see what I get up to, and then hit that thumbs up button, drop a comment below, and who knows, I might actually respond. Okay, let's get into this video. So I love using terrain and miniatures when playing war games, but sometimes when you have lots and lots of parts and pieces to paint, it can be a bit daunting. So that's why I've got a nice, simple, quick, easy method for painting all my lovely terrain, whether it's large pieces like this or some scatter terrain. And obviously I'm going to show you, well, how I do it in some easy steps. So the first thing we need to do is, well, find and locate some scatter terrain. And I love using all the stuff over at Print Minis. As well, as you can see, they do a whole variety of miniatures, vehicles, terrain parts, scatter terrain. Yeah, you name it, they have a ton of stuff over there. And it suits my theme of grimdark very well. There's a link down below, guys. If you sign up to their newsletter, you get 35% off when you do purchase any minis. Or you can become a patron and get, well, miniatures every month, which is kind of what I do. So I really do love changing up my kill team zone board that I'm using. And yeah, it's great to have a nice easy way of, well, obviously painting all the bits and pieces, as it then makes me more inclined to, well, switch things up every now and then. So as you can see, really nice and simple, starting off with a black primer there. And now we can do some dry brushing in silver, just because I think this really does give a real good quick effect of making this look like, well, it's made of metal, which is kind of what you want. So yeah, rather than painting the whole thing in a silver and then doing a wash, I do definitely prefer priming it in the black and then say, yeah, just dry brushing some silver, because obviously this will catch all the highlights, all these sort of edged panels, and you're left with something like this, which is pretty cool. And again, painting it, again, I'm trying to keep everything simple, quick and fast. Just if you had loads and loads of bits and pieces, yeah, you can whiz through these in, well, in minutes really. So when it comes to the painting, I like to just sort of dab it here and there, just because then you get a bit of an uneven coverage. Some areas will be hit with sort of more paint than others, and you haven't got to worry about going right up into the edges as well. You'll see later on in the video, there's no need to go right up into the edges. So some bits I do paint, well, I would say a bit carefully, but as careful as I can. But again, for me, this really is about speed when it comes to doing terrain parts, as I mean, you can spend longer on doing things, or what I like to do is get them painted, get them ready, get them on the board, use them, play with them, and then if I want to, I can go back and, well, add things and change things. So the other thing that I love using, and that's transfers. I get mine from the Mighty Brush, and as you can see, they do a shed load of different types of bits and pieces and a variety of sizes, which is really nice, because then it is a case of, well, whatever size you need, they kind of do it in a few of them. So transfers, nice and simple. I've only really been using transfers for about the last 6 months, I guess. So I am still a little bit fiddly when it comes to taking the suckers off. But as you can see, yeah, put them into a bowl of water, generally about 15 seconds or so. And then it's just a case of teasing it off. Yeah, I use a scalpel, and yeah, it is just a case of carefully manipulating it. I mean, if it rips and tears on the kind of terrain that I'm doing, it probably wouldn't matter so much. Although, to be honest, I've never noticed anything rip or tear. And then I like to use a cotton bud just to sort of get off the excess of the water. Just because obviously then it'll dry a whole lot quicker. And yeah, transfers here and there. I say the grimdark sort of post-apocalyptic sort of style. Yeah, they do loads, which is pretty cool. The other thing I love to do with my bits and pieces is obviously when I 3D print them, sometimes they look too neat, too precise, whereas I like things to look battle worn, as though, yeah, they've seen action. Sometimes I put bullet holes in them, but as you can see here, I am using the cheap rotary tool just to add in some sort of scuff marks, scratches, just so it does look like things have kind of like, well, bashed into this or driven over it or through it. And again, for my sort of gameplay and my sort of style, how I like things to look, this works great. Obviously, this is sort of a stage you don't have to do. I just love my yeah, my terrain to look a bit cream crackered. And the other thing I love doing, just to make it look again more aged and as though it's been here quite a while, and that is some good old rust effects. And obviously the easiest way of doing rust effects, yeah, good old dirty down rust, which I just love this stuff. It just works so easy, so quickly. It does get a bit messy, hence the reason for the little tissue there. And all you need is an old brush, pot of water. This does need a real good shake up. I know we always say that with a lot of paints, but with this stuff you need to shake it, and then just keep shaking it. But yeah, to apply it, it couldn't be any simpler. You just get it nice and neat, dab it here and there, and then that's the reason for I got the water in the background there. You get the water, you dilute the brush a bit, and this obviously helps. Well, it helps in a few ways really. One, it helps move the dirty down rust around, and obviously if you get lots of water on there, it starts sort of dripping, so you get some lovely streak lines. So this way, when it does dry, you are going to get some areas with a concentrated dirty down rust, so it's going to look super rusty, and other areas where it's just got a little bit sort of patchy and brown. But yeah, absolutely love using this stuff because it is so quick, so simple, and yeah, again, if I can do it, then anyone can do it. And I say, this just makes painting terrain or little bits of scatter terrain so quick and so easy. So once you've done all that, you have the options obviously just letting it dry, or in my case, I've got one of these like heat guns, so I use that. Unfortunately, I did film myself doing this because it is amazing when you use a heat gun, because you can see this stuff just sort of instantly dry up and, well, go like this, lovely rust. Unfortunately, I don't quite know what happened with the footage, or I turned it off rather than turning it on. And then the other thing obviously to do is go around, a bit of dry brushing, again with a silver, just to capture or hit the highlighted areas, raised areas and edges, just to sort of bring that metal kind of look back. Again, nice and quick, nice and simple. And then the last couple of things is just to go around, tidying up any areas that need sort of extra bit of painting. I've got a few sort of like wires here, so I'm giving them a little coating of paint. And yeah, we're pretty much done. It's just a case of going around, sort of finishing off, touching up. And then the last thing I like to do is a good old wash on areas that, well, areas that look too clean and too neat. And these copper sort of pipes or wires at the top, yeah, they need messing up just that little bit, just to make them look a bit more weathered and worn. And yeah, there we go. So this thing in total, well, I don't know, about 10 minutes ish. Yeah, it's like I used the old the heat gun to dry the dirty down rust. Otherwise you would have had to wait, well, about 5-10 minutes for it to sort of do its stuff. And there we go, some lovely grim dark styles, sort of scatter terrain. And I say, because it is so quick and easy, you can knock loads of these out. And it's great because it means that you can sort of change your board up, well, as much as you want. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed the little video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. There's another video on the screen. If you could give that a click, that would be awesome. Big shout out, thank you to all my lovely patrons and my monthly sponsors for sort of keeping me going and keeping me fed, which is really lovely of you guys. Okay guys, you all take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.